Okay, we're going to begin with a rectangle. This rectangle is going to be, let's call it about 27 feet long. If you're over 20 feet, that's good. What we're going to do next is just raise that rectangle up so it looks approximately like this. After that, I want you to come in. Okay, now it's quite a bit shorter. I'm going to come in with my pencil tool, and we're going to touch right here and down to the base, and then push that area away so we're left with a shape that looks like a ramp with two flat edges on it. What I want to teach you about today is the tape measure tool, and that's what we'll do. We're going to find out several different ways to use our tape measure. So from endpoint to endpoint, you can see I'm about 19 feet long. I want to make that bigger, so I just type in 20 feet and resize, and then Okay, now that we've got that taken care of, we're going to come over here. Once again, we're going to use the tape measure tool, and now we're going to cross diagonal end to end. And I want to show you that you can offset that by just inferring the middle. You can see how that becomes something to itself if I can find the middle here. And now these are both offset on the face to the midpoint. We're going to come across on the other, and this time we're going to infer no geometry, so don't infer anything, but type in 2 feet or 2 foot mark, and then it will become the 2 foot mark over, like that. Come over here. It may ask us, hey, do you want this to be 2 feet? If not, just type in 2 feet again, and now you're going to have that offset where it needs to be. We're going to come in with the pencil tool, and we're going to make sure that that all gets squared away. Make it just like this, and now come back with a 2-point arc, and from endpoint to endpoint we can come up and hit that. Good. Now let's go in and delete our guides. That was just edit, delete guides, and the guides go away. We're going to use another tape measure, this time from the midpoint going straight up in the air, so I can show you that push-pull actually works. If I infer to that line, it will go right as high as that line, and that's it. So that's how that works. What we're going to do next is come back in with another tape measure, but this time I'm going to make sure that I don't infer any geometry. When I click and it's on red, you can see how those cross references happen. And now I'm going to go out and make another line from that intersection at 25 feet. So click that, 25 feet. We now have another line we're going to start from. I'm going to click on that line and then to this line down here, point B, that reference line. And what I am going to get when I do that is a reference point that's parallel to the red. It didn't look like it, but it does from this angle. Pull straight up, so you click, get that reference line in there, and now you have another triangle. It's moving along really quickly here, so we're going to push-pull. Oh, I guess we'll delete our guides, and then we're going to push-pull right here. And just push that over some ways. And pretty much we're getting done here. What I want you to do next is just come in here with the tape. And I want to show you that if you click on something and then hit Control, the plus sign goes away, and what you're left with is just a measurement of that without getting a guideline, which is kind of nice. So if you ever just want the measurement without the guideline, make sure you hit Control so the plus sign goes off, and then you will notice that there's nothing there for it. No guideline. Okay. Well, that's about it. You can see these are in the same plane of existence now, and that's how you can use a tape measure to infer certain geometry. Let's type in tape measure or measuring tools and put it right on the face of something. You can go ahead and paint that in, and once you have that set up where you want it, you can always make it larger by scaling it up. I have to scale mine up because it comes in by default so small. So I've got that right there. I'll put some paint across that. And then if you really like what you see but you don't like the view, you can go down to your zoom extents. That's the little magnifying glass with 3 arrows coming out of it. And when you do that, you get a really good look on your piece. That's all there is for now. Thanks a lot, and if you have more questions, get a hold of me.